Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny.
You know what time it is, so sit back and get ready for the Stafford Voice, your dose of conservative in a world of liberal.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, how you doing? I'm your host, Daniel Stafford, and you are listening to the Stafford Voice, where we are conservative in a world of liberal. And today, I want to talk to you about Father's Day, and I want to remind you that there are many ways to listen. So, however you're listening, set it as a favorite, whatever you have to do so you don't get left behind. And in the case you aren't already following on social media, you can find me over on the Twitters, the Instagrams, anywhere you're at. All you got to do is just search for the Stafford Voice. On Twitters, you just look for @Stafford Voice, hit the button, follow, let me know how you found me. If you're on Facebook, again, all you got to do is just search for the Stafford Voice. You can stay up to date with things, or the lack of things, that is, over at thestaffordvoice.com. We are ramping up to hopefully start doing more. I know that I've kind of put this program on pause. More on that at a later time. But today's Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there. But I'd like to take a few minutes to share some thoughts. And before we get started on this little rant, let's hear a word about our sponsors, shall we? Some crowdfunding sites are too liberal and keep more for themselves. Even worse, if they don't like you or someone gets offended, they'll cancel your campaign. But not at RWNJ Funding. They hold true to conservative and libertarian values. Plus, they won't cave to the PC crowd. More importantly, they believe in you. RWNJFunding.com. The right cause, the right values, done right. RWNJFunding.com.
Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Nothing will protect you quite like your sidearm, so why not give it the protection it deserves? Something as strong as the Second Amendment and stands the test of time, and better yet, made in the USA. A Rebel Road Tactical Custom Kydex holster is that and more. Call now and place your order with Rebel Road Tactical at 682-217-4579. Again, 682-217-4579, or online at rebelroadtactical.com. Okay, well, we've finally reached the day of the year known as Father's Day. And as I said before, happy Father's Day to each of the fathers listening. I want to also give a shout out to my own dad. More on him in just a few. However, as this day has approached us, I began to be bothered by a few things. And the icing was put on the cake earlier today as I was checking some things on Facebook. It was a post, and trust me, there were more than just a few. But it was a post to a mom who was, quote-unquote, pulling double duty. And it got to me. Yeah, I know it shouldn't. I know I shouldn't let it get to me. But it did anyway. And I call it the icing on the cake because when you really stop and think, fathers, for the most part, at least in today's society, are underappreciated. As a society, we spend more money during Memorial Day than we do on Father's Day. Add to that, everywhere you turn, whether it be movies, TV shows, commercials, whatever, everywhere you turn, fathers are poked fun of. They're made to look like idiots. And they're made to look like, well, let's just say they're made to look like wussies. And that's not how this works. It's not how any of it works. You don't get to spend an entire year demoting the role of fathers only to wake up one morning and treat us as if we're kings. Speaking for myself, I'm made to feel like a king every day. And every day to me is Father's Day. And I do my best to make my wife, the mother of our son, feel like she's a queen. Like Mother's Day every day. Each one of us has an important role to play in the rearing of our children, and like it or not, men are a part of the equation. I've failed many times over in my role as a father. But each day that passes, I try and I try again. I'm not perfect, none of us are, but we do deserve some love and respect, and that goes both ways. Our children see us as superheroes, guardians, protectors, providers, friends, and most importantly, they see us as a dad. It's one of the highest callings you can receive. Let me ask you this. Are you making the most of it? Are you always at work, or are you making every effort to be where they need you? I'm calling myself out here. I wasn't always there, but when I was able to, I made the most of it. One of the greatest moments I had with my son was during a Boy Scout high adventure, where we went to Colorado and we climbed Mount Elbert. It's the second highest mountain in the lower 48 states. We did it. We climbed that mountain and we did it together. There were many times going up where I thought it wasn't going to happen. I mean, I kid you not, we were literally within about 100 feet of making the peak, and like me, my son gets bad bloody noses. And when I say bad, I mean you pretty much have to stop whatever you're doing, and you have to figure out what's happening and how you're going to fix this. Here we are, 14,000 some hundred feet up in the air. I didn't know what to do. My son didn't know what to do, so we just sat there. We prayed about what we were going to do, and after we got done praying, I looked at him and I said, "This is on you. It's up to you. If you want to go, we'll go. If you want to turn around, we'll go back." I said, "I'm with you 100% whichever direction you go." He looked me right, and this is one of the proudest moments I've had as a father so far. And he looked at me and said, "Dad, let's do this damn thing." Now, we did it. We did it together. I was so proud to stand atop that mountain with him. There have been other proud moments, but this one always stands out to me. I think about it all the time. And what else stands out to me is my own father. But growing up, he was my hero. He was the strongest guy in the world, at least in my own strange, crazy world. He was a hard worker. He was an incredible husband to my mother, which would be his wife, obviously. Duh. But most of all, he was and still is an awesome father. I'm blessed beyond measure to be able to call him my dad. And I hope he knows how much I love him and respect him. And I don't need one day a year to celebrate my dad. I celebrate each time I'm with him. We're more of friends than we are father and son. I kid you not. I mean, you get us together alone in a room, and if you really wanted to get an idea of how close we are as friends, at least in my eye, that's the time that we have, is when we're alone together and we're just shooting the breeze, and it's not a father and son relationship. It's just he is probably one of my best friends. He's one of my confidants, and I would say anything and everything to him. I don't hold back. I'm not afraid to. I'm just going to say my dad's awesome. Always has been and always will be. But I want to end with this. And I want to say it's our divine duty and role as fathers to turn the hearts of our children to God. we cannot lose track of what is important in life. Okay, that's it. Rant is done. God willing, Stafford Voice will be back around. We'll be back next time around. Again, follow me on Twitter at Stafford Voice. If you're not already doing so, look me up on Facebook. Just search for the Stafford Voice. You'll find me. Email your questions, comments, or concerns to the staffordvoice@gmail.com. I really want to hear back from you. Many of your encouraging words have kept me going the last couple of months. Hopefully I've answered any of your questions that you've had recently. But thank you so much for your time, and until next time, thanks, and God bless.